Fellow lost souls, wanderers, adventurers and heroes. Many of us have found ourselves trapped in Barovia, imprisoned by the mists. The devil Strahd has incarcerated us here, and the only way out is to kill him, or die in the attempt. So, welcome to Barovia. The land is cursed, and now, so are you. Hello, friends. Welcome to our Curse of Strahd campaign stream session, where I am wondering whether I'm actually going to be able to get Deota out of the bookshop I foolishly let them go into. Yeah. I feel that, Galway. I feel that. My name is Debbie. I use she, her pronouns. What is that? Oh, good. Oh, good. I guess that's where Deota lives now.
Myself. I'm trapped here. Oh no.
Oh, I meant I would barricade the doors.
Oh. Valid. I am your dungeon master. Let me introduce you to the players who you can see and some of whom you have heard. Players, feel free to introduce yourself, your pronouns, your character, their pronouns. Yes. Okay. Galway, since we already somewhat met Deota and their positioning, would you like to go first?
Sure thing. My name's Galway, pronouns are he, him, or they, them, and I play Deota, the elvish artificer whose pronouns are they, them, and they are finally, for the first time in however long since we got here, happy.
I think it's probably been like a week. I don't know, maybe
a
little bit
and
more.
Then plus however long we were on the road.
That's true.
Well, no, they were in a cart of books. They were okay.
Semi-happy, yeah.
Werewolves got mentioned at some point. The happiness
and that was
there.
not so good, yeah. Elise, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, my name is Elise. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I play Mink, who is a Furbolg paladin. Got it. His pronouns are he, him, his.
Wonderful. Thank you kindly. Adam, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. As you said, my name is Adam. If you ever refer to me in the third person, you may use either they or he to refer to me. And I play Teddy of Arbora, who is a half satyr, half dragonborn, half cleric, half fighter. I guess we don't use halves to refer to multi-classic.
Currently half,
but it is kind of half right now. Yeah.
Oh, do you have two levels in each?
I think so. Yeah. And which
I believe so.
AKA Paladin the hard way, and he goes by he him.
Wonderful. Thank you kindly. And last but by no means least, offering their own unnarrated makeup tutorial this morning, Lena.
Hi, yeah, I'm Lena, and I'm doing my makeup, and you could learn from me, maybe. I don't know if I do this well.
I learn things every time.
And my pronouns are she, her, and Mari's pronouns are also she, her, and she's a tiefling rogue.
Flawless. Wonderful. Look at that. Multitasking like a professional. Very good. Very good. All right. Housekeeping. We are affiliate on Twitch, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us. That's a good thing. You can also link your Amazon Prime account, if you have not yet cancelled Amazon, to support us via Prime Gaming. If you don't support us, you can support another small streamer. It apparently makes a difference in this capitalist hellscape in which we live. Chat commands. !Discord will get you a link to our Discord community. If you would like some very excellent memes to keep your head afloat at the moment, that's where to go. Random and Memes is the channel that I currently live in. !Merch will get you a link to our merch store where you can buy cool stuff. Elise, I was so worried of what you were up to for a second until I realised you had on a Helpful Goat shirt. I thought Twitch is gonna take us down. Terms of service. It's a Helpful Goat shirt.
It's more like Superman than, I don't know, whatever you were thinking.
Okay, that was what my mind went. The
Yeah.
not PG route.
We know why, Debbie. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, so you can get stuff like Elise's shirt, so you can Superman at your friends and scare them a little bit. Very good. Whew. Ko-fi. If you would like to support us, you can send us money that helps us buy assets like the maps that you might see later on in Roll20. And last but by no means least, donate. Galway. Are we pointing somewhere different yet or not?
We are pointing to Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition, or any similar organization that might be in your locality. For those of us in the United States, things are bad right now, and even more so if you are an immigrant to this country. And so please, we really encourage you, if you have the time, the energy, the resources, try to reach out to one of these groups that are supporting and defending some of those of us in our society who are in the most disadvantaged position.
Thank you. Absolutely. Okay. If you want to get more Helpful Goat, and after this introduction, I don't know why you wouldn't, besides our Discord, you can catch us on our podcast feeds, Ghosts and Dragons, Helpful Goat Presents, and Dom and Dragons, or you can find content after the Twitch streams. It gets turned into YouTube videos, so find Helpful Goat Gaming on the YouTubes. All right. Are we ready to get cursed?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, okay. That's very enthusiastic for being cursed this morning, Lena. All right. Last time, we had a very lovely night camping out on the road where we met Peaceful Steve the Scarecrow. We killed him. A swarm of bats. And we found a corpse ripped apart by wolves. Really was a lovely night out in the wilderness. Mink stayed up all night to keep us safe from that menagerie. So now Mink has a level of exhaustion. Teddy had a nightmare of being lost at sea in a storm, but they were rescued. And Deota had a visitation, it seems, from a god that they know. A busy night all round. We made it the next day to the police state of Valakai, where there are some rules as in capital letters, and we are doing our best to keep our heads down and stay out of other people's business and fit in as Barovian. Thanks to Mari for coaching us on that. Deota found their happy place in the bookstore, and as I said, I'm very excited to try and get them out of that place during this session. The rest of the party, including Irina, who we must not forget is with us for very important story reasons. The rest of the party found the Blue Water Inn Tavern, got checked in with Danica, who, as a side note, last session I was flustered because I couldn't find their description. There isn't a description in the book. There's just a picture of them. So we got... Yeah, I'm going to describe them, don't you worry. We got checked in, we paid for rooms, we got the horses stabled, and we were taken to our rooms by Danica's two boys, Brom and Bray. So, I'm going to describe Danica for you, since I failed to do so last time. She's got 45 legs and 4 heads now. That would be much more exciting. She's a humanoid. Blah, blah. That's the description.
That's how I describe myself too. Humanoid, blah, blah,
Humanoid, blah, blah. Here, fill in the blanks. So living in Barovia, even for the few days, a week or so that you've been here has been pretty hard, and Danica has lived here her whole life, so that shows on a person. She does look tired and worn. She has shoulder-length blue-black hair streaked with grey, but she's not old enough to have hair streaked with grey. Her eyes are sharp. She watches everything that goes on in her tavern, but she's relaxed. She doesn't seem tense with it. She's just aware. The warmest you see her smile is when she's looking at her sons, the ones who have escorted you to your rooms. And so that's Danica.
Abby, some people get gray hair when they're like 18. It's just
Yeah,
a genetic
I did.
thing. So,
But you can't see mine.
no, because you dye your hair pink.
No, this is naturally how it grows. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
It's what occurred after the gray. Went gray.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
It went
gray, and I went. That's all you've got to do. If your hair starts to go grey, you've just got to like wait it out, or I don't know, start drinking apple cider vinegar or something.
This is the future the liberals want.
Mm-hmm.
Abby, are you saying apple cider vinegar will turn your hair pink if you drink it?
I don't know. People make all sorts of batshit claims about it, so why not?
Yeah, I mean
That's true.
That's as reasonable as all the other things people say about apple cider vinegar.
But at least I'm saying that it's a batshit claim straight out the bat. So, no, this is dye. I bleach and dye my hair. Okay.
You don't drink it.
My hair? No, I very rarely drink my hair.
Bleach and dye.
Oh no, I don't drink those either. Although I do hear no.
Too much chaos.
Let's not say things that are going to make us need to like put up a poison control hotline number.
No. Let's not. So, Diota, you're in a bookshop. What's up? Let's do that first.
Diota is just sort of, I believe the last time we said the shelves are kind of sparsely populated, and that this shop is also a printer's, and that I can the very old man who was whose shop it was then sort of like went back to the back, and I can hear printing occurring.
Yep, 100%.
And he seemed perfectly happy. He was like, "Oh yeah, take your time, make yourself at home, do whatever." So Diota is probably gonna just wander around the shop to see if they can understand any like organization system to the books.
Uh-huh. Okay. Give me a intelligence check, but not like a any particular thing, just a brain box check.
God damn it, 7.
They totally had advantage
I
because
was gonna say, these are books. I'm a librarian.
Yes, but this is not a library. This is a printing press / bookstore.
what if we pout really cute?
Oh no! You have advantage.
Look at those
Adam's
pouts.
is the best.
Did it work?
Okay. Yeah, you can have advantage. Okay.
23.
Wow. 23. With the 23, there is no system to this organization. It seems like the books have come in and they're put on a shelf and they're kind of strategically placed to like make it look like the shelves aren't as sparsely populated as they are. Like there's a little trinket here, there's a book there, there's a stack of paper there, there's a book there. Because there are shelves like around this bookstore that have space to hold many more books than there currently are on the shelves, but the shelves don't look bare because of how the book's spaced out.
I get it. It's an interior designer bookcase where
Exactly,
absolutely
yes.
no interest in books, doesn't actually read, but nice stage setting.
100%. Yes. You can see like the color of the book sleeves is more important than the content.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think then Jetta would just probably aiming for if there was, a part that was more concentrated with books, but also more importantly, starting someplace that was a logical starting point. So like front left or, back right so that they could keep track of where they'd been.
Oh, yes.
Kind of thing, and be like, oh, okay, I'm going to start at the back right, work my way forward, then go over to the left wall. I think that's what they would do. And if the books are relatively like evenly scattered, they'll probably just go back to one of the back corners and work their way forward.
Yep. Absolutely, you can do that. Would you like to make an investigation check to see what you can investigate? What books you can find? And I'm not taking any pout rolls
20.
here. Oh, was that a natural 20? No.
Not nat. No.
All right, okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So there are maybe 5 or 6 books that you look at and they're like, oh, that's a recipe book. That's a dictionary. Which weirdly seems to get a new word added to it semi-frequently. Like it's expanding as it's sat there on the bookshelf. You don't quite understand how that works. It's probably cursed.
Is it in just all the languages that people speak in Barovia too?
Yeah, all the languages everywhere.
It's just constantly.
So there's a few books that aren't remotely interesting to you, and then there's a few books that kind of catch your eye. And so I'm picturing like as you're sort of walking around the bookstore, like as you're moving around, you might like pop one off the shelf and like have a little flick through, and then put it back like very carefully. You're not like dirtying any pages or anything like this. You are very, very respectful of the book, but you can take it down. And there's one called Tantalizing Cookery Riverside Feast that is like a recipe book, but it ends really abruptly, like in the middle of a recipe. And the outside of the book is kind of torn a bit and a bit charred. So it maybe something bad happened to the person that was writing this book as they were writing it. Who knows? As you work further around, you find delicious beers, the people's choice. That might help you select a beverage. And then as you get close towards the door, so like almost on the way out, you find a book called Horrifying Souls of the Grave, A Natural Philosophy. Could you give me an Arcana check on that one as you pick it up?
Couldn't remember if this was one of the characters that had guidance or not. Arcana. 21, but not the natural 20.
Okay. So how this book is kind of designed, it's got like metal hinges and clasps. It's in real good condition. And it's got some markings in the metal. So like as you pick it up, you go, oh, are these like magic runes or glyphs or something? Like, is this book cursed or something? It isn't, but it looks like it is, which is pretty clever, because as you open it, you realize why someone would want to make you think that this book is maybe going to attack you if you opened it, is because it actually has some interesting information about vampires in it.
Damn.
Neat. And then the last book that you find, you're kind of working your way around. Do you know what? I had the list of Diota's languages. Can you remind me what languages you speak, Diota?
Common, Elven, Celestial, and Draconic.
And Elven is in a family of languages, right? With a couple of others?
Yeah, I think it's related to Sylvan, and also the Elven script is used for like a bunch of other languages.
A couple of others, yeah, okay. So this last book is written in that Elvish script, but you can't read it. But you get a very good feeling about this book, that it could be very helpful to you, and a faint magical aura coming from it. That if you were to study it, perhaps you would get some benefit.
I'm going to take, not steal, like, but pick up, the the book about vampires that looked like it was cursed, the book that I can't read but I have a good feeling about, and one quick question on the recipe book that was burned and like
Yes.
torn out. You said it looked like someone might have been interrupted while they were writing it. Is it handwritten?
Yes.
Okay, so like it's a notebook.
Yes.
I'll take that and one of the dictionaries.
You want the cursed expanding dictionary?
Not so much the cursed expanding dictionary, but it was kind of funny to see like, yeah, these are ones that are not going to be of interest to Diota. I'm like, Diota likes words. Diota would be interested to see if there are any words that have specific meanings in Barovia that might be useful for them to know.
Oh, okay. Very good, very good.
Especially if there, you had said there were several dictionaries. If there were any that seemed like they had a little bit more of the like etymological, like here's history of what this word meant, etc.
Conveniently, there's an etymologically Barovian dictionary.
Excellent. Giotto will take
It's
that one.
literally what it's called. Yep.
And sort of like, hello, I'd like to make a purchase.
What of?
Books.
Oh, and the old man like comes back up to the counter, and he's using one arm to walk with a cane, and the other arm has a stack of paper, like nearly as tall as he is.
Can I help you with that?
No, I can manage. And he puts it on the countertop in such a way that doesn't seem to be physically possible because his arm is underneath it, but he kind of pops it down and pulls his arm out from underneath it, and his arm doesn't get crushed or anything, and the pile of paper sits perfectly on the countertop, and one just flutters off the top and lands in front of you, and you see that it is a... Oh my gosh, what is it? It is like a poster, like a leaflet of one of the ones that you saw as you came through the town square, talking about the Festival of the Blazing Sun.
Nice.
So it seems that they're printing a bunch of leaflets for the next town festival in a few days. So books! You want to buy some books? I haven't had a book buyer in here in some time.
I would imagine, based on what I could see of the square, you probably do quite a healthy business printing the announcements for festivals, though.
That is exactly what keeps us in business, thanks to the Burgomaster. Every week we have a new something to print. And that pays the bills, you know?
Every week? Goodness. So many festivals on the calendar here.
Yes. Well, the Burgomaster thinks it's important to keep us all busy and entertained and distracted from how terrible things are.
Bread and circuses.
Exactly.
Also, I played Charity just last night, so I'm lilting my voice way too high for Giotto, whose voice is significantly deeper.
So what did you pick?
These ones. And I'll put the stack of 4 books.
Well, you see, I don't really know how much these are worth. What do you think?
Well, I'm not really sure. I was more just picking some things that struck my fancy or might be of interest as gifts. I tell you what, I'm now looking for where that is. Do you do any sort of specialized printing?
Well, we print the leaflets, if somebody commissions us, we print a book. What else would there be to print?
I meant with anything.
Money?
I meant with anything with specialized inks, perhaps.
Oh, do you mean like magical inks?
They could be, if you were interested. I was more wondering if you would be interested in things that might be able to serve as ingredients for inks or for printing.
Oh, no. No, not really.
Fair enough. For these, how about then, I definitely highlighted the wrong thing and tried to give him the human skin pouch with money in it. How about kink that?
This appears to be human skin, you young person.
I'll place 2 of the non-magical gold rings.
Do you remember what they were worth?
25 apiece.
Oh. Oh, well. And then you see this older gentleman. He flips his glasses up onto the top of his head and pulls out, okay, so in the movie, in one of the Toy Story movies where there's the guy that fixes Woody, he has those glasses that have the click, 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 click extra lenses over so he can zoom in. He kind of has that, but it's like a really tiny like eyepiece that zooms in and he picks up. Exactly. And he picks up the ring and he looks it over. Oh, yes, very nice, very nice. Where did you find these?
I'm actually not sure. My friends found them. Had given them to me, and we sort of were just pooling our resources as we were traveling.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, this seems very reasonable. 2 gold rings for however many books it is that you picked up. And don't forget to come back tomorrow and we won't have any more books then.
Very good. Thank you.
You're so welcome. I hope you enjoy Valakai. Don't forget to smile. Just like this. Very good. Yes, you'll be fine here.
Diota is going to back out of the door now. The old man hasn't seemed very extremely perceptive, has he? Cool. Amidst the, like, there's all these shelves that just have, like, sort of tons of knickknacks and things on them. There's now sort of a hybrid of a paper doll and an inkwell, just sitting on one of the shelves. So I'm just gonna leave Graboa behind to be able to let me know what, if anything interesting happens there.
Okay, so you're leaving a Graboa in the shop for nosy purposes.
Yes, I have depleted our fighting force by at least 25% effectiveness.
I was gonna say that's your MVP right there, is left in a bookshop. All right, Graboa left in the bookshop.
Let's hope we don't get in any fights because we can't win them without Graboa.
It'll, like,
right.
their HP will, like, enter into the thing where we always just keep having it. No one can actually get a final hit. He's now down to 178th HP, but...
Meanwhile, from the bookshop, we get like 1 turn of like Graboa moving 20 feet every turn, and then shows up poke.
Yeah, what if they lock the door of the bookshop?
Graboa
That's
is
gonna be
very
real fun.
clever and can get out windows.
Graboa, 1, would also be able to tell that would be happening and would be leaving before then.
Oh, okay. So I can't just lock Graboa in the bookstore.
No, he's just gonna stick around to see if, like, anyone shows up in maybe the next hour.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's like, because he's doing this printing order, is anyone from the Burgomaster gonna show up? Does the man's behavior radically change when Diota leaves the shop? Anything like that. So it's really just sort of a little bit of a stay behind to see, and then Graboa will
follow.
Follow.
Okay. Okay. Do you get an instant report from Graboa? The way, because I know you can look through Lamdea's senses. Do you get the same thing with Graboa?
I thought I could, but let me check on that.
No worries.
I was not trying to roll that.
No, Graboa's getting in a fight with the old man. Wow.
Okay, so it looks like I can't look through his senses. Can I leave Lamdea? Oh, no, I can't. I'll just leave Graboa and Graboa can report to me.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so you're leaving the bookshelf of your own volition?
Sadly, but now creeped out because the man just kept smiling at me and telling me to smile. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the...
But it wasn't like it's not a genuine smile.
Oh no, I didn't think it was.
Good. Just confirming. Yeah. So as you leave the shop, it is engulfed in a fireball. No, I'm kidding. All right, one of you can get inspiration. I think it should be Galway for the book nonsense because my mum told me that I have to give someone inspiration.
Perfect. Another trick that will only work once.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I like my mum very much, so maybe it'll work every time.
Thank you,
Good to
Debbie's
know.
mom.
Yeah.
If you could just pop those kinds of comments in occasionally, it would be a great help to us.
Stop trying to kill the party, Debbie. God.
Just from time to time,
all right.
be like,
Remember how
advantage.
sad it made you last time.
Oh yeah. Okay. Are you making your way? Which way are you going, Diota?
I'm going up to the tavern.
Okay. So when you get to the tavern, you can walk in through the front door, but you do not see your party.
Go Lamdea scouting! I'm gonna send Lamdea, like, up a floor and try to see if he can see them through any of the windows.
Ah, yes. Okay, wonderful. So I think I did a poor job last time describing, like, the layout of this place and how you got to your rooms. So I'm going to try again. And if you want, Goy, you can share the map, but I'm going to try and describe it. So if you imagine, like, you go in through the main door, up a few steps, like this, there's a big door here, and there's people in the tap room. It's like a regular bar, and ahead of you is the long wooden literal bar, and that is what Danica, who I've described, is behind. So that's where the party met Danica. There is a flight of stairs over to the right, but that's not the way that you get to your rooms. I did move you up those stairs before, but that's not the way. You can go up those stairs if you want to, but that's not the way to get to your rooms. If you want to get to your rooms, you have to go back outside. And so this is where Lamdea's scouting is going to be. Yes, they're going to scout back outside and like go straight up, and they can basically look in through the window to see Teddy, Murray, Mink et al. In the rooms that are like directly above the main entrance. So there is a flight of stairs that is outside and goes upstairs. So there's like an external door that takes you into like the accommodation wing, if you like. So to get there, you have to come out of the tap room, turn left, go round, up a flight of stairs. So if that's the way that Diota goes, they can go up there and they see two youngish boys hanging out in the corridor, maybe playing like a little game of something or other. I don't know what kids play these days. PlayStation? Playing a little game of PlayStation on the corridor of the floor. And you can hear the voices of Mink, Mari, Teddy, and Irina coming from inside these rooms.
I would go to the room where I hear Mink's voice.
That's the first door on your left. Would you like me to drag yourself
Yes, please.
in? Do I drag your name? Boop.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we should have Irina in there too, because I think that's how we
Oh my
decided to split it up.
God.
Is
Yeah,
Mink,
so it's
Irina, and
Mink,
Diota.
Diota, and Irina in one room, and Teddy and Mari in one room.
There she is.
There she is.
Bam.
Is
Cool.
it nighttime? Are we in bed?
No, it's
No,
not
it's
nighttime.
definitely daytime. Mink is exhausted
like-
though, so
It is
Oh,
like
right, yeah.
early afternoon, early, mid, late after. It's afternoon, sometime. There's an amount of time ahead of you in the day.
Informative.
You're welcome.
When Diota comes into the room, I think Mink will be like relieved to see them, and just at that point, I don't know what Mink and Irina were up to. Probably nothing. Probably Mink was just sitting there being like, I don't know how to entertain a noble woman, and so doing nothing. And eventually, I think with Diota's appearance, it will kind of Mink will just lay down in the bed and be like, "Get any books?"
Yes, several, including one the language of which I can't precisely read, but it seemed valuable. Can anyone read this?
Do you?
Sure, I can't.
If you show it to Mink,
And Irina, right?
Mink cannot read it. Neither can Irina.
So at that, I'm like, I forget. Do Mink and I overlap on any languages besides common?
Dwarvish.
Nope. Cool. So Jota will come over and like crouch like down or like sit on the floor by the edge of the bed that Mink's in. So like, I found it very quietly. Like, I found this book, holding up the one that looks cursed. It appears to have information about the creatures that are troubling us.
Oh, okay.
That's incredible.
Have you read it yet?
I'm smart, not a speed reader. I've been gone like 30 minutes.
Every minute ticking by feels like 4 hours to me right now.
That's fair. No, I haven't yet. I acquired that. I acquired the one that I can't read, but I have intriguing feeling about. I have this one, which is a recipe book, but it's like a handwritten journal and is cut off in the middle of a recipe and is sort of burned and mauled. So I thought maybe if there were notes besides the recipes, it could be potentially helpful to us. And then just like dictionary, in case there's any, I don't know, particularly unusual usages of words that could be helpful for us to know, and or names of things. Like, actually, Charity's going to flip through
Ooh.
and see if like Argon Vostholt is in there.
You called them charity.
Oh, sorry. Jota will
Wires getting crossed.
6
Charity
years,
appears in
6 months.
Barovia and goes, "Oh no, I don't want to be here."
We could probably really use Charity's help.
Charity appears. I think less people are trying to kill me here.
What level is Charity? Yeah, maybe they're gonna kick ass.
19, almost.
Yeah, I-
Oh yeah,
With
we're not
that.
ready for that.
The gods.
Okay, so you-
Sorry, the gods have abandoned Barovia. Oh, thank goodness. I've been looking for this place my entire life.
So you look up Argon Vostholt.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like me to read you what's next to Argon Vostholt in your dictionary?
Sure.
When Strahd drove his enemies into the valley long ago, determined to annihilate them, the last thing he expected to encounter was a silver dragon. The dragon, who called himself Argynvost, had come to the valley years earlier in the guise of a nobleman named Lord Argynvost. Very creative. The dragon didn't lair in the valley solely because of its idyllic beauty. He knew of a place called the Amber Temple, a repository of evil power guarded by the forces of good. Argynvost wanted to make sure that whatever was trapped inside the Amber Temple wouldn't be allowed to escape, so he built his fortified mansion, Argynvost close by. Like many silver dragons, Argynvost was extraordinarily wealthy, and he was comfortable living among humans while disguised as one of them. He used his resources to attract other champions of good, and valorous knights flocked to the valley to join Lord Argynvost's prestigious Order of the Silver Dragon. Only those who were initiated into the order were told of Lord Argynvost's true nature. Since the dragon's death, Argynvost has become a haunted ruin, a former bastion of nobility and light turned into a place of desolation and unrest.
All right, yeah, this is worth the purchase. So I'll put that aside, and then until something sort of more like kicks up, like it seems we need to do something, I'm probably going to be reading the vampire book.
Okay. Very good.
I wasn't coming at you. Also, I think Mink starts like flipping through the recipe book and probably falls asleep immediately.
Okay, cute. Before you do any of that, Diota, do you want to see if anyone else in your party perhaps speaks the language that the book that you
probably
get good vibes of is written in? Because Murray and Teddy are just next door.
Yeah, so I'll probably knock on their door.
For what it's worth, Teddy would probably have not be hanging out in that room long. He would have probably been coming over to see what the rest of the group is doing and to see. And Irina's still here, right?
Yeah.
So because eventually Teddy probably would like to, I don't know if any of us are planning to accompany Irina to wherever she's going, but Teddy, is curious about keeping track of Irina and her plans. So he'll come over. I don't know if Mari wants to join him.
Yeah, I will. Also, the GM reminded us that What's Her Fuck needs to get to the church to be safe from Strahd. Maybe we should take What's Her Fuck there tonight. But I know that
Irina
Minky's tired.
is Irina who you're calling What's Her Fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, a name I just said a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally like 10 seconds
I was
before.
listening.
So, yeah, Teddy.
But yeah, I'd go over.
Come in and say, "Got yourself some books.
Can you read this?"
Do we know what language it is?
You do, Teddy. It's
Right.
Sylvan.
Oh, I do.
It's Sylvan, eh? When's the last time I saw Sylvan language? Probably
when you were back home.
Back home?
Yeah.
Yes, I can read that. That's the language of the Fae.
I can also read Sylvan. Twinsies.
Oh. Twinsies.
Very good. Very good.
What is it?
This is,
Hang on.
I gotta say, probably not worth the purchase. This translates to the Fountainhead. Yeah, you're gonna want to
Jesus Christ.
I bet Strahd's a big fan.
Yeah, we can. It's in every bookshop, like mandatory, like 18 copies of the Fountainhead. One of the core rules of Barovia.
It's put there by these people, the Gideons. It's weird.
Please
Okay.
don't turn the probably magical book I've purchased into something horrible.
Yes, no, it is a magical book. So this is a book of exalted deeds, Adam, which you look at and you're immediately like, oh, this could be really useful to me. But I, Debbie, am gonna kind of homebrew it and give you a couple of options, because the Book of Exalted Deeds, as it kind of initially was invented, was meant to be like, you study it for a week. If you're a good cleric, you gain a point of wisdom and you get a bunch of experience, so you're closer to your next level, right? So that's really useful. But I, Debbie, would like to offer you either that option, or you can have the option to become a paladin. Rather than being a paladin the hard way, you can just be a paladin the easy way. It's your choice.
We already have.
I mean, that sounds actually kind of complicated. Is trying to convert my multi-class into paladin.
All right, then you can just have your stupid point of wisdom or whatever. I don't know.
And like, so I could study it with 2 levels of cleric, and I would reap those benefits.
100%. Yes.
Um,
It has some stipulations about who can't read it, but it says fighters who handle or read the book are unaffected. So your fighter levels are basically not applicable.
It actually does specify something about fighters.
Yep. And there's a whole bunch of other things, like if you're an evil cleric, or if you're this, or if you're that, if you're a thief, like there's a whole bunch of rules about it. So you're pretty much the only person that can read and study this without there being consequences.
Interesting. And what is, like, in terms of flavor, like, what is the actual content of the book? Is it a
Book of
guide?
Exalted Deeds?
Is it like a book of short stories or psalms, or what is it poetry, or?
It is a book of exalted deeds, Adam, but conveniently, it includes all of the above. Short stories, poetry, images, but all of them are, for flavor-wise, related to the exalted deeds of the Order of the Silver Dragon, as in Argynvost et al., which kind of explains why it's in Barovia.
Okay, yeah, that's this is a book of exalted deeds, full of useful information and history, and related to Argynvost, the Silver Dragon.
No.
It's about Argynvost. Why is it in Sylvan and not Draconic?
Good question.
The great mysteries of the world, Mari.
Sorry. Jota, who speaks Draconic. Jota will hand it over to you, Teddy. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Oh, also, and
Thank you,
they'll spin the dictionary around and like point to the definition on Argynvost Holt, so that Teddy can read that.
This is our first time hearing about the Amber Temple, right?
I think so. I think all the things I have in my notes for Amber are related to
Amber
what's its effects.
Giants.
Haven't we come across some? Oh, it's Diota's pendant or whatever. That's also
Yeah.
pendant, right?
Yeah,
Which could be related, I guess.
could be. A castle beneath a mountain guarded by amber giants. That's just related to some card. Yeah, I don't know if that might be different.
That could be the Amber Temple, I guess.
And the Amber Temple is different from the Abbey.
Yes, you
Both
can tell
A-word.
by the spelling.
Thanks.
Ambi.
Ambi.
Have we determined kind of where Argynvost is? Is that part of our itinerary?
I
Is it just
feel
a matter of
It's
legend
off the
right now?
road to the south, I feel like like we're sort of proceeding straight west and then I think curling away north a bit, like just following the main road. And it's like if we go along out past Valakai, there's a spur south that goes down into
You have
mountains or hills. I don't remember.
correct. You do have a map. You know where Argynvostholt is on that map, and there are a number of balls in the air of things that you might wish to do. Like you may wish to go to Argynvostholt. You may wish to go to the town of Kresik because that's where the Abbey of Saint Markovia is. You're here in Valakai to deposit Irina at the church of St. Andrel, where she hopefully will be safe from Strahd. I feel like there were probably a couple of other like side quest options available to you.
Yeah. Well, Teddy will take the book in gratitude, and note to himself that he's very interested in, after looking at the dictionary entry and finding this Amber Temple. Sounds like it might actually be more likely to have answers for him than the Abbey Markovia. So he's very interested. He would start, kind of casually looking, like reading beginning to read the book, but also understands that it's still afternoon and he might have to set this aside if we decide to go with Irina to the church.
To the church, yeah. So this this book is not something like you can just read for like 5 minutes. It's going to take you like a week of study, but it's not you can only study the book.
It's like an hour at a time. Like when I have dedicated time, I can put some into it. Yeah. So it's just flavor right now. Like he's looking at it, but he's not like immediately like, okay, here I go. Like,
yeah, I'm going to get these exalted deeds into my brain.
Unless everybody is doing that. If everyone is just chilling for an hour, he'll definitely do that. But roleplay wise, I'm ready for action if it presents itself.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Irina would probably say that she's happy to stay here a night, or she's happy to go straight to the church. She wants to go to the church as soon as possible, but she knows that like Mink is tired. You've been through a lot, and so maybe taking a night and going like in the morning when the sun is up might be safer. She's fine with either option.
Is the sun up right now?
It's on its way down. The sun is setting. It is moving towards eventide.
Is it within the city walls of Valakai fairly normal for people to be out after sunsets, or is there a curfew? Did we get told anything about that?
You didn't get told anything about that.
Okay. If conversation is kind of happening about this, I think, Mink's fully like pass out with the book. But might stir and just be like, we should ask the bartender if we can even go at night. I don't think we should risk getting thrown in stocks because we broke curfew on our first night.
And you will remember that you did already pay for
the night
dinner.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's go down to dinner and we'll talk to Danica. And then make a decision about tonight or tomorrow for Irina.
Sounds good.
Okay. We go down to dinner. If it's dinner time.
Yeah, you absolutely can go down and take a seat in the tap room downstairs. Oh, maybe I can move you down there. Boop, 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 boop. Down the stairs. Outside. This is fun. Into the tap room goes Irina. Come here. In you go. Floop. Come
I can't
here.
pass this line.
I've got you. Stop moving yourself. I'll move you.
Okay,
Come here. Trust me. Trust me. Right. Okay. Let's. All right. Hang on. So, as you come downstairs now, oh dear, what did I do? Sorry, Mink, I just have to move you a second because you were stood on someone's head. You see that the tap room is slightly more populated than it was earlier today. There are different people here. And behind the bar is not only Danica, but also a man who has a very handsome beard.
Did you say behind the bar? Or no, he's sitting...
He is behind the bar with Danica, yes.
Oh.
Him and his beard. I mean, he has a beard, not that Danica is his beard. Holy... Yep,
Whoa.
very good, Debbie. Oh, Jesus Christmas. Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna size people up. Who's sitting where? Who's who? Try to kind of get a lay of like, those people look dangerous, those people look like travelers kind of situation.
Okay. Do you want to give me a perception check?
Yeah, with disadvantage because I'm exhausted. Here it comes.
Yeah, there you are.
It's gonna go great. I got a 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch of people in this room. You don't know whether they're threats or not. You don't know anything about them. You're just like, people.
Cool. I sit down at a table. An
You
empty
can sit
table.
down at this table over here is empty and has enough seats for all of you.
This one?
No, not that table. There's someone at that table. Hang on, there is someone at that table. There you go.
Okay, this table.
Mink has in fact just sat on.
Sat on this
Sits at like
guy.
8 different tables.
I just picture
No,
Mink.
no.
Mink walks over, pulls the chair out that this person is sitting in, sits down.
Can you imagine the intimidation though of just like a big old like fearful soldier walking over to you, pulling your chair out and being like, "This is my seat." And you're like, "Yes, sir. Guess it is." Yeah. Okay.
Can I get you a drink?
Yeah. My perception score was low enough that I sat at the wrong table and someone had to come get me and move me to another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, as you went up to this person, you kind of stumbled over there, like you're obviously doing your sleepy look around. They would say like, "Oh, good evening. Are you going to join me?" And that maybe is what snapped you out of like, no, sorry.
Are you going to join me? Mink just turns around.
I guess not. See you again.
That was the friendliest person in all of Barovia. "Oh, good evening. Are you going to join me?"
I guess
Total
not.
stranger. I'll look at Marty and I'll be like, "I don't think that person's from Barovia."
Do you want to make an insight check, Mink?
Yeah, I sure do. Here it comes with disadvantage.
I can't wait. These checks are so good.
6.
Yeah, that's a person.
It's definitely not from Barovia, I can tell.
Mink, being suspicious of people isn't minding your own business.
Suspicious. Am I allowed to make any observations about people?
No, mind your own business.
Just puts his head down on the desk on the table.
Valid. In you come. Right, so you're all sat round this table down the bottom here. There's a couple of lads here. There's a couple of lads here. There's Danica and Mr. Danica behind the bar. A couple of folks up here, and the person that Mink tried to sit in the lap of up here.
Mink will look at Teddy and Marty and be like, "Can maybe one of you ask Danica about the whole going out at night thing?"
Sure. When she approaches us, if she approaches, is she a server? Do we have to go to the bar?
Both Danica and Mr. Danica are stood at the bar with their like face in their hands, like watching you intently. But they are making no move to move from behind the bar.
It's
Okay.
not a very busy bar if they're both just like.
You think that like there's a little in joke between the two of them as to what they're up to.
An in joke.
Yeah. Mhm.
And are we we're here for dinner, right? Do we have to order dinner or have they? I'm sorry.
So
but-
when you checked in, you got a bed for the night and dinner of hot beet soup and fresh bread.
So we just have to tell them we're ready for that, I think.
Mhm,
All right.
mhm,
Teddy
mhm.
will hoist himself out of the chair if he actually sat down
Yeah.
and go to the bar to speak with Danica and the handsome man with the beard.
Oh,
I think it was a man with a handsome beard.
Oh,
could be. It's the same.
The man
surely.
himself, quite homely. The beard,
not
stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, says the beard speaks. No. Hello, he says. I'm Unwin. You've met my wife, Danica. What can I do you for?
Hi, Anwin.
Dinner? Drinks?
Are we not?
Are you
giving-
distracted by my beard? It happens.
Yeah, that's it. Are we not giving our real names to people?
I think we are because like all of us tried to lie at the gate and it didn't work. They were
Okay.
like, "You're lying."
It worked for
Good.
me.
All right. Yeah, because yours was a little half lie, most kind of true. Anwin, good to meet you. Teddy. Yes, my party and I are hoping to grab some dinner, some of that beet soup that you mentioned.
Mhm.
Or
Yes,
was it
yes.
stew?
Oh,
Stew or soup?
beep. It's soup. It's soup, but with hot bread. Made it myself.
Yeah, love the bread too. And so we'll be right over there. Will you bring it to us?
Bring it to you. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay. Question.
Answer.
Okay. About the village that we're in, which is
Town.
town. It's a town
Mm-hmm.
of Valakai.
Mm-hmm.
Is there what are best practices around venturing out later in the day? Is there a curfew? Are there any set hours in terms of safety or legality in this
Question.
town?
You're a smart adventurer, I can tell. There isn't a formal legal curfew. If you want to leave the inn, like at night, you can. Most of the shops will close at sundown, so there's not like too much going on. The church you can go to, but that is usually like boarded up at sundown as well. So that the folks in there are safe. Like the town, it's not a village, there's like 1,500 of us here. What am I saying? The town is safe. It's just like, we're all Barovians, right? We don't leave the walls after dark. But like you can walk from your house to the inn or from your house to your friend's house, no problem. But there's not really anywhere to go if you're already here at the tavern after dark. But you can. You're not going to get arrested for if you want to go wandering. Did that make any sense?
I think it did. Yes, thank you. That's very helpful. Great. And I will ask the group if we have any drinks that we want. We will come and order them at the bar. Naturally.
Naturally. That's what a bar is for.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
You can get a pint of purple grape mash for 3 copper, or a pint of red dragon crush for a silver. Wine comes by the pint in Barovia.
Do either
It's
of
my
these-
family's wine. They have a vineyard out
Do
to
these
the west.
sound like drinks that like kind of would be somewhat normal or familiar to Teddy from Faerun? That is where we were, right? Faerun.
Sure. Yes. Wow, what's the fucking wine roll in D&D? History check?
Sure. You want me to do that?
I would suggest so, yes. A 3. Okay. Well, you think so the offers that you got, the drinks that Owen offered you were a purple grape mash or red dragon crush. And although like the specifics of it you haven't heard of, you've heard of wine before. You've never heard of wine named purple grape mash. That seems a little on the nose. And like you would imagine that like Red Dragon Crush sounds like a cocktail. Cocktails are huge in Faerun, they love them. And maybe that explains why it's 1 silver rather than 3 copper. But you've never heard of either of these specific drinks.
I don't think I have any silver pieces. I have 3 gold pieces. If I gave them 1 gold piece for a
Yes. You would get change.
Red Dragon Crush, they would
You
give
would
me
get 9 change.
9 silver pieces back.
9 silver back, yes. Are you the only person having a drink, or are any of your compatriots also
Well,
in need
Teddy
of a
will
beverage?
buy himself a drink and go back to the table with it to model for them normal bar behavior.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Jyota's
Model
eyes will
normal
narrow.
bar behavior.
That doesn't look like soup.
Well, they'll bring us our soup. So so I have 2 gold pieces now and 9 silver pieces and a Red Dragon Crush because Teddy is in dragon mode with this book and he wants a Red Dragon Crush. It feels appropriate right now.
Yes. The perfect pairing. The perfect pairing for a book of exalted deeds. A drink named after an evil dragon.
I really enjoy the fact that Erwin is actually moving around the map to go fetch us things from the kitchen.
Yeah, I do.
Is it? Wait, it's Erwin? I heard
I don't know,
Anwin for some reason. What
How
is
is it spelled, Debbie?
URWIN.
You're Erwin. I don't know why I heard Onwin.
Probably because I said
Debbie,
it badly.
what's the legal drinking age in Barovia?
There isn't one.
Oh, cool. Babies can drink.
So it's never
gonna say-
legal to drink.
It's always legal to drink.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
as one of my professors once said to me, same as in China. Are you breathing? You can drink.
Some
Cool.
zombies also drink, and I don't know that they breathe. So yeah, Erwin comes out and he brings he kind of has like the soup stacked up one arm and a great big basket of bread. So he like drops the bread down and then soup. He doesn't spill any though. He's a pro. He's like, "Is there anything else I can get for you?"
Take the dragon thing and I toss him a silver.
What
Yeah,
dragon
I'll take
thing?
a
Oh, would you
drink,
like a
the drink.
dragon? You want? I
Red
didn't bring you any
dragon.
drinks. I brought you soup.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And he
ordering.
turns to Teddy and he goes, "These guys don't know how to order drinks. Drinks at the bar, folks."
You literally just asked if there's anything else.
I meant like if you wanted mayonnaise or cutlery. Good
Oh God!
Lord.
Okay, I get up and I go to the bar.
Mayonnaise? Yeah, I'll go with Mink.
So there's mayonnaise in this world, but not
But not
steak and
steak.
egg pies. What?
Yes,
the-
because one of those is a real thing.
Oh boy. Okay.
Teddy is gonna start Subway in this fucking
In
world.
Barovia, I'm
Yeah.
here for it. I'm here for
It'll
it.
start. It'll be
this
it'll be
is how we radicalize
franchised.
masses. With
First Subway in Barovia will be in Valakai.
Okay, I'm here for it. Okay, so if Mari and Mink are going to go to the bar and order a Red Dragon Crush,
No, I want a purple mash.
you want a purple grape mash?
Yeah.
I'll ask Diota as I go if they want anything.
I'm good.
Okay.
So Purple Great Mash is 3 copper. Red Dragon Crush is 1 silver, and it's by the pint.
Okay, I hand over silver and get my.
I don't
Lovely
actually
Red
have any
Dragon
cash
Crush.
on me because we haven't like divided things up.
God, okay.
I mean, can you cover me? I've been adventuring for a while.
Yep. Sure.
Thanks. You're such a good friend. I'm so glad we fixed things. Not just because you buy me drinks, but also because you buy me drinks.
Erwin's like, did you two have a falling out?
Oh,
You
you
know-
know how, yeah.
You know how it is in Barovia, where everything's bad all the time. I think it's
Yeah.
trying to fit in.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. I live here.
Me
Yeah, same.
too. Me too. Yep.
Yeah. So, whereabouts did you come from?
Doom.
But not most recently. That's where we started.
Uh-huh. Well, what about
Yeah.
most recently? You've been
Most
adventuring around Barovia?
Yep.
Wow.
Been on a big adventure. Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Where you been? Anywhere cool?
No, everything sucks in Barovia. I thought you
There
said you
are no
lived
cool
here.
things.
I don't know. There's that awful creepy windmill between here and the town of Barovia.
We
Do you think
avoided
that's
that.
cool?
It was weird.
So no, I said it's awful creepy windmill.
But you
Yeah,
asked if
avoiding
we'd been
it.
somewhere cool, not somewhere awful and creepy.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a
have you
weird
been to the town of
conversation.
Barovia? The burgomaster there's a nice guy.
Oh, do you know him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you been to Barovia? Why would you
Not
leave Valakai?
recently.
It seems so safe here.
Yeah, not recently, but like my family have a vineyard to the west of here. Like, Barovia is not a enormous place. It takes a little while to get around, but like, I'm not originally from Valakai. I've been around,
Oh yeah.
Not
you
like that. Not like that.
been
Danica's right there.
around.
It's this beard. It gets me in so much trouble.
Yeah, you can live whatever life you want to live. What about Krasik? You been there?
Not recently. No. What do you need in Krezik?
Nothing. I just haven't been there either, and I was wondering about it.
I don't know too much about it. There's a abbey there, Abbey of St. Markovia. Allegedly a pretty good place.
I've heard some weird stuff about it lately. Have you heard anything weird?
Weird stuff. Weird stuff. Like what? What do you mean?
I
Weird
don't remember. I drink a lot. But
Oh.
something.
Uh huh.
And just rumors, I think. What that it's changed recently.
Yeah. Gotten kind of shitty like the rest of Barovia.
Oh no, that's a shame. It was like a bastion of good.
You haven't heard that?
Maybe it still is.
Yeah, I don't know. I hear lots of things. Lots of people pass through and tell me things. Maybe it's shitty. Maybe it's not.
So wait, have you heard that or not? Did somebody pass through and say that to you?
Say what to me?
We just did.
That it's gotten shitty.
Yeah, you just told me that.
Oh my god.
Let's go back and eat our soup.
Danica
They're
didn't
playing-
marry
they're
you for your
playing-
brains.
No, she
Wow.
didn't. She really didn't. If you want to gossip, Danica knows everything. She's real smart. I'm gonna go back in the kitchen. I know my
Bye.
place. I'll make you a sandwich.
Wow. You know, some people have it figured out. That's a way to live.
Sure, yeah, that's a way to live.
I'm just gonna go back to the table.
Yeah,
Too
same.
tired to handle this.
Since Jota isn't tired and probably was watching this entire interaction, do I think that Erwin is actually like this, or was he putting on an act?
Insight check.
Because oh no, I'm not very smart, I'm like, you answered no questions and asked a lot of questions. 23?
Yeah, he's hella smart. That's not a win. That's like, I want to get information out of these adventurers that are passing through my tavern, and I don't want to give anything away about what I know.
Neat.
What were you asking him about? About what place?
If the Abbey has gotten shitty,
Oh yeah, okay.
because we had heard from at least one person somewhere something about it.
Yeah. Maybe even from Ismark.
I think that is what you heard it
rumor
from.
was from Ismark, yeah.
I had to actively stop myself from saying Bismarck. That man's name in my head is Bismarck.
Bismarck, North Dakota. One name. Yeah.
Okay.
As you two come back over, Diota, who's still like, it's not the vampire book, it's just like one of their notebooks, but is like paging through a notebook, will sort of very evenly look sort of over the ledge of the book. Do you all realize that he was getting information from you and play acting?
No.
No, I thought he just sucked.
Oh no.
What information? We went from Barovia, Doom, we wander
I'm
around.
just saying
Yeah.
that was a person who was smart enough to take you asking a question and turning it into getting answers to
I think he's a
5
spy.
or 6 questions.
Mink,
not
we're supposed to be
necessarily.
minding our own business.
Well, so is he. You said people in Barovia mind their own business. He didn't. So now I'm
Also-
suspicious.
Marty, how common is it for people in Barovia to travel widely within Barovia?
I mean, my knee jerk is that that's not common, but Debbie, what would I know about that?
Marie, for you and the people that you know, it's very common.
Okay, but like, what about the people I've heard of outside of Doom?
The Vistani travel widely in Barovia.
Debbie, I've heard of people besides
Adventurers
Vistani.
travel widely. There's lots of adventurers that have and will move around. Barovians tend to travel less just because it's not safe. And they're
But
not
I guess he
dumb.
could have been like an adventurer.
Sure.
So yeah, I'll share that. Yeah.
Irina, he said he knows your brother. No, your father. I don't know that he necessarily would know that. Right? Isn't it fairly recent that? Yeah, because it's only the last few days. So if he was talking about the Burgomaster, he was talking probably about Irina's dad.
Oh no. I don't want to tell him the bad news.
You don't have
Maybe
to,
I-
and you shouldn't because you're not supposed to be you.
Yeah, I think maybe it's more of like a
Oh.
don't let him
Know that
you're-
I'm me. He's never met me. Maybe he knew my father a different way, but we've never met.
Yeah, that glorious beard.
I'd remember that.
Did any of us ever some of us heard Strahd refer to Irina as Tatiana, right? Do we know why that is? We didn't ask her about it.
I don't
I
think
know
we've
why that
interrogated
is. Oh, okay,
No.
sorry. You're welcome.
We didn't interrogate it at all. Kind of weird of us.
Teddy would, but he was.
There was a
not
vampire
out-
lord in front of us. I was hiding.
Teddy was hiding upstairs, so he didn't hear it. But I don't know who was around and heard it.
Irina heard
Mink
it.
Would Mink have mentioned that to any of us?
I think Mink was
It's
in a
it's
very
okay.
nope.
Yeah?
I don't
Oh.
know that it super registered for Mink, to be honest. Probably noticed it, but didn't think of much of it.
All
I
right.
mean, yeah, like, again, in the face of something that we have been told is the devil and incredibly evil and incredibly strong, I think all of us were sort of in a, haha, what gets us not killed here?
He was probably, yeah, and he's evil. He's probably just nagging her by acting like he forgot her name.
Yeah, that's it.
Strahd.
He's been learning how to court women via X.
Oh God. Are we saying that Strahd's an incel?
Incel.
I mean, it
That is what we're
tracks.
saying.
Oh,
It
yeah.
absolutely fucking tracks.
As someone who's run this campaign, oh yeah.
Mhm.
Not even a
Good-o.
little bit not.
Okay, great, superb. So while you're all eating your beet soup and realizing that Erwin's smarter than you thought he was, I think this is a good time for us to take a break. So I can go eat some beet soup.
Beet soup break.
Beet soup break.
BSB. BRB.
Beet soup break. BRB.
Be back soon.
See you in a few. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Curse of Strahd, where we do leave bookshops, sometimes with books and a dictionary that may or may not also be a thesaurus. Who knows?
Oh, a thesaurus.
Yeah, that's a word, isn't it?
That was
Yeah,
an
oh, yeah.
encyclopedia.
So when we look up Argynvost Holt, what are the synonyms that it lists for it?
None. There are none synonyms.
That's fair.
Perhaps even more relevantly, what are the antonyms?
Antonyms.
Mm.
Castle Ravenloft. Anyway, welcome back. Before the break, we were having dinner in the pub. Beet soup and bread, very good. And we were getting interrogated by Erwin and his handsome beard.
Which is
But I
sentient
don't
itself.
think Mink and Murray realised they were being interrogated. I think they thought they were doing the interrogation.
Question is, how purple is Mari's mouth now?
Oh, 104 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Also,
Like whole thing stained.
just as a
Yeah.
note, mash is a step in fermentation. It is not wine. It is like grape slurry.
This is what they drink in Barovia.
Purple grape mash. It's delicious.
Chewy.
Someone's
Not actually
sneezing.
alcoholic.
It'd be, yeah, it's just like a smoothie or a Slurpee.
A grape
I don't think it's got ice in it. I think it's just squished up grapes.
Puree.
Does ice exist in Barovia?
No.
Yeah, and people had
No.
ice back then.
No, but
Back
not in
then,
Barovia.
It's not
Things are
history,
terrible.
Mink. Oh, okay. So we're having dinner in the pub. What do you want to do?
How does the red dragon crush taste?
Oh god. What can I make you roll for how much you like it?
Constitution? Oh,
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Here I'm searching my notes for the word ice to see if it's canon at all. We have not
To
come
see if
across
I've
any
mentioned
ice.
it.
I got an 18 on my Constitution roll to see how well I liked Red Crush.
You like it a lot.
Yeah.
You're like, I
Real
could drink
good.
14 of these. It's delicious.
Are we
Yeah.
doing it? Is it a check? A constitution
Yeah,
check?
yeah,
or
yeah.
s-
Check, not a saving throw, yeah. Oh, no. Okay, so it's interesting how different people have different palates, right? And you can serve them the same glass of wine. And Teddy does that wine face where it's like, oh, God, no. And it just goes through you and you're not happy about it.
This
But-
isn't steak and egg.
Mink drinks it and is like, oh, my God. I could drink 12 of those. Delicious.
I'll finish yours if you don't want it.
It's very confusing. I keep trying to follow the signs about my identity, and it felt right. Like maybe I was meant to drink this Red Dragon Crush because now I'm apparently, more my father than I ever thought I was. But no, this is awful. Yeah, you can have it.
Thanks.
You do know that metallic and chromatic dragons would traditionally be in opposition to each other.
Was your dad a chromatic dragon? Was your dad Argynvost?
Argynvost was metallic.
Yeah. And
My-
you said red dragon, which is chromatic.
Yeah, I thought you said, was
Oh,
your
did
dad
I say-
chromatic?
oh.
And I was like, no, I
Sorry,
pretty sure.
metallic.
Teddy's father was a dragonborn. I should know.
I feel like
long
it's
has it
silver.
Wasn't it like Silver Dragon?
Yeah.
Your
My
scales are
father's-
silver.
You could be a descendant of Argynvost.
I mean,
Even
that
if it wasn't
seems
your dad.
right. But Argynvost
I mean, that
was
seems a little on the nose, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little maybe.
I don't know, GM, does it?
So thank you, Diota. That's a great point. I think maybe then it makes sense for my. No, Diota's pointed out about the
Chromatic.
chromatic versus the metallic. That's what I'm responding to. Sorry. So he'll be less resentful as he'll change from to like hand you the Red Dragon Crush because
Oh.
I'm not supposed to like the Red Dragon Crush. At some point, in our travels, I will come across a tavern that serves a silver dragon puree or some shit, and it'll be great.
Sounds so bad. Silver
Also,
dragon
sounds like
puree.
something you should not like as a descendant of silver dragons.
Yeah, you shouldn't like pureed silver dragon.
Yeah,
no.
Protein
maybe if red
smoothie made of
dragons
dragon.
are like the enemy of your ancestors, then maybe this is supposed to taste like drinking their blood and therefore triumphant. Not necessarily good, but
Now I'm back to being confused.
here, I hand it back.
No.
Or maybe it has nothing to do with dragons and is just a referent to color that sounds cool.
Danica, are there dragons in this?
No, it's just wine.
Danica, is there symbolism in this?
Symbolism? I don't think so.
Erwin said you're smart. Come on.
But how is it symbolism? It's just a drink.
Ugh,
What symbolism are you looking for? Yes, there is.
never mind.
Okay, keep going, keep going.
The symbolism is the more you drink, the better you'll feel about being in Barovia. Is that
Ooh.
symbolism?
Is this enchanted wine?
That's
like
coping.
Pies? Oh, come
No,
on. I like toss it across the room.
Wow. That kind of behavior is going to get you thrown out. The wine is in a limited supply. Our supplier last week didn't make it here, so don't be wasting the good wine.
All
Is
right,
it-
I didn't throw it across the room.
Didn't Urban say that that's his family?
Yeah.
Their vineyard, yeah.
So your husband's family didn't deliver the wine.
Mm-hmm.
Are you worried? Have you checked on them?
It's complicated because it's Erwin's family, but there was a bit of a falling out, so I try not to get involved. I am a supportive spouse. You know, it's their business.
Or are you just like yelling this conversation across the town?
Across the bar. No, she's okay. Hang on. Oh, fucking
Have her
hell.
walk all the way around.
Yeah, she
got a
pops all the way
little
around and
yeah.
sits. She sits in Teddy's lap because that's the only way I can make it work on the screen. Sorry, Teddy. She's like, no, he just.
Oh wait, I think you just took us to the "We'll be right back" thing on Twitch.
Oh.
I fixed it. Sorry.
How much did we miss? Do we know?
Just a,
Just a
like,
moment.
basically nothing. Yeah, I saw it change.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, so yes, it's his family, but we fell out with them a while ago. And so they send us wine and we pay for it, obviously. We haven't really spoken to them in years. He is, of course, worried that we haven't received the shipment, but he won't set aside his pride to send word. So I don't know what the best thing to do is, but like if you're going that way and you happen to be going past that and you could check in on them, that would be great.
He can't even set aside his pride to send word to his supplier that the supply wasn't received?
I don't think it's as simple as that because it is his family.
I feel like Gyota's now just like looking at Mari of what level of don't get involved are we at?
Well, thanks for telling us. And thanks for the soup and bread. It's
Well, you paid for that. You're welcome.
So at at any kind of lull in this great interaction, Teddy will inform the group that apparently we're totally fine to go out in the evening. Not much goes on. There's not much, nowhere to really go. But if we wanted to get Arena to the church, we would have to do it before it gets boarded up for the evening. And whether or not we don't want to stay there. We don't want to be boarded up in the church, right?
no. Maybe we stay
But
here
I don't-
tonight. But
Do we want Irina to be by herself in a
Right.
boarded up church at night?
well,
Well, I'm going to have to be there eventually when you guys leave, aren't I?
so
Right. I guess this is the plan, was just to get her here, and we've done that. Bye-bye, Irina.
Well,
Cool.
you could get me to the church That would be wonderful.
Indeed, but to the Valakai, yeah. I mean, why
Mhm.
don't we free ourselves of this mission?
I'm right here, Teddy.
I just. Do we have time? Because it was already starting to go be sundown. when we came downstairs.
Perception check.
Is there doubt of how this outcome will occur? Because I can just look outside and see if it's dark, right?
Yeah, you can just look outside and see if it's dark.
Okay, here's a perception check then. That's
It's just like
2.
making. I'm not paying attention to you at all. I'm just
Mink
looking.
doesn't
at
think to look out the window. Mink just guesses.
Yeah. So,
Mink's like, yeah, the sun probably hasn't set yet as they walk outside and it's full dark. Ah, shit.
ah, shit. I go back in. The sun has set. It's dark. I think we've lost our opportunity unless we want to try and make the church open up its boarded doors. I love your cat so much.
So good.
Dad, let me out.
Here I thought it was still afternoon. All right.
Having dinner.
Yeah. I thought it was
Sometimes
maybe-
people call lunch dinner and dinner supper.
That where I live in the UK, there is a whole debate because people from my hometown, it's lunch and dinner. Mike's family is dinner and tea.
Sorry, what the fuck is tea? Tea is lunch?
No, tea is your
tea.
evening meal.
Tea.
Do you have
what do
tea
you?
with your?
You still have a
evening meal?
proper meal for tea?
Tea is your proper
Mike?
evening big meal.
That
Mike's
doesn't
in the
make any
chat,
sense.
so please explain yourself, Mike.
I know
Yeah,
it
that
doesn't
makes
make
no
any sense.
sense.
It's psychotic. Lunch at lunchtime, dinner at dinner time. Fucking dinner and tea, get out of here.
Psychotic, yeah.
Well,
So this is
after this fiasco with the Red Dragon Crush, Teddy is more eager than ever to start reading his book. So once he's eaten dinner, he will retire to his room and study.
okay. Very good, very good.
Yeah, I think unless we want to nose around, which we're under strict Mari orders not to, and ask people questions about what's going on and what they, what news they have and stuff. Is that a thing people do in taverns? That feels like a normal thing to do in taverns. Like, what's the news?
Abby,
'Cause
do
that's
I
how
think
news
that's a
spreads.
normal thing to do in taverns in Barovia?
I think it's a normal thing to do in taverns. And
Tell
Danica's
me
like, yeah,
that's
if you
normal.
wanna ask me questions, I'm available.
We tried that, didn't we?
No, you asked Erwin questions.
What the fuck is up with Erwin?
Yeah,
I know,
that's
isn't
the
his
first
beard
question.
great?
His beard is great, but that wasn't the question. Why is he like that? Who hurt him?
We're
don't
Barovian.
yeah, never
born and
mind.
bred.
That's not what I mean. It was just a joke.
We have
and
to
it was in
take care
poor
of
taste.
ourselves. Oh, okay. What do you
But
need to know?
actually-
What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything about the Abbey getting shitty?
Abbey of St. Markovia? Yeah.
Yeah. What have you heard about it getting shitty? You've
See,
just heard that
okay.
it's shitty now.
I think shitty is too strong a word, Murray. I think historically, the Abbey has been like the bastion of good, right? Like it's been the sanctuary that everybody goes to when they're in need of healing or whatever it may be. And recently, it's not been that. It's not like it's terrible or it's dangerous or it's full of the devil. It's just not been as good as it has historically been, which in Barovia, okay, maybe that's fine. Maybe
So
it's
it's
just
just like
okay.
it's just like kind of mid now, and people
think
are
so,
like
yeah.
upset about that. Okay.
I
well,
mean,
that's
I don't know what mid means. Is this like if I say it slaps? Is that the same thing?
no. It slaps would be like it's real fucking good. It's on point. Mid is like
What is on
"Mm,
point?
Oh my
On
god, you're
point.
so old, Danica.
Wow.
What happened to last week?
I
Isn't
don't
that
get
what
really
you?
caught on very well.
Why do I know it?
I don't know.
I don't know why I know that things slap, but I do.
Meg.
I blame Meg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Meg.
That's why you know it.
Meg is keeping
Anyway.
us youthful.
Yes. To teach us the
okay,
slang,
so
which
the-
is why we have Meg and Joel.
Yes. So the Abbey is
What else?
mid.
Abby is mid, yeah, sure. Well,
Uh,
tell me about your adventures. Where have you been? I don't get out much. I like to know what's going on. No?
Your
Oh,
husband
okay.
tried that and it was weird. So
Well, we
now
don't
I
get
wanna
out much
talk.
anymore. We have 2 small boys and a business to run.
Do you get a lot of visitors here? I kind of look around the clientele. Is this like these are locals situation, or you get a lot of?
She goes, locals, visitor, but long-term visitor, nice guy, not Barovian.
This
Too
guy?
friendly.
The guy who invited me to sit in his lap.
Uh-huh, yeah, exactly. Nice guy. Too friendly.
Mm-hmm.
You want an introduction? I mean, you already kind of introduced yourself when you sat on his knee.
Would an introduction help us?
I don't know. You can never have too many friends, right, Murray?
Why are you saying that specifically to me, Danica?
Because you really give off friendly vibes. Of everybody in our party, you're the one that everyone looks at and thinks, wow, that one's the friendly one.
That one's friendly, yeah.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
They're being sarcastic, Mari.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, Teddy.
I thought you went upstairs to read your book, Teddy.
Oh, here's a dictionary. Yeah, after this, on his way out. Is Diota's dictionary down here?
Sure, yeah. Diota's dictionary that's like this big. You're like,
What is the definition of sarcasm in the Encyclopedia Dictionary, Debbie?
Thesaurus, too.
It's just my face. It's just a picture of this face.
In the very Barovian dictionary, Barovian etymological dictionary, I think it's just coping.
Yeah, reasonable coping strategy. Do it as much as you need to.
But yes, now Teddy is upstairs in his room studying. How long does he? So he can study for like an hour, and then turn in for the
Or
evening.
2,
and that
sure. Mm-hmm.
counts.
I mean, he can study all night if he wants to.
I'm sure he can. Then he'll earn a level of exhaustion.
That is how that works, yeah.
Sleep. Teddy.
Danica, are there many ravens inside the city walls?
Birds?
It's a specific type of bird, Danica.
Here's a dictionary.
Could everyone please stop taking my dictionary? I just bought that.
I'm gonna roll insight. I'm gonna roll insight. It's gonna go great because I still have disadvantage because I want to see if her question of birds is because she knows something about this secret order of people who call themselves.
I can
ravens or
assist
whatever.
with that because I think it's weird that she doesn't understand that a raven is a specific type of bird. So I think that gives you neutral.
Okay. $15.
Yeah, she knows some stuff about ravens. Like, she's obfuscating. That's a word, right?
It is.
Who's got the dictionary?
I know what obfuscate means. I'm trying to understand what I'm supposed to take away from that. So my question specifically is her like ravens question mark because she seems to know something about, or like I think maybe she knows something about the secret order. And the obfuscating is
don't
hinting
know
towards that?
what she knows, but like she's playing dumb to try and push you off the like Erwin did, right? Like to try and be like, oh, birds, let's talk about birds, rather than like tell you the things that she maybe knows. You like birds?
I'm way too tired to know what I'm supposed to do in this moment. That is absolutely what Mink says out loud and just looks at Marty and goes, your call.
Yeah, we like birds, specifically ravens. We're pretty into them.
Yeah, there's a few about.
Like they hang out in a specific location.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to birds. You can give me another inside check if you like.
Like
I'll
they
assist
said that in
Marty this
Danica's
time.
voice.
So
Cool.
advantage to Marty? Yeah.
20.
20? That is a flat out lie. She pays a lot of attention to birds.
Look, there's some, we're just really into ravens. They've been making us feel really good the last couple of days, and we would just really like to hook up with some ravens. If you could point us in the right direction.
I really don't think I can help you with that. I don't know how you could hook up with a raven.
Oh, you
Alright,
know what
I'll
that
catch-
slang means, Danica?
I'll catch you later. And she walks away.
That didn't work very well.
Swoop.
I was trying to
Oh.
be, like, sneaky.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I understood. I think she did
Okay.
too. I think we just maybe haven't proved trustworthiness yet.
I am
Incidentally,
inherently trustworthy.
Debbie, while I'm sitting here and like observing people coming and going,
Oh, yeah?
do I see anyone who has that ink patch on their clothes?
Ooh, yeah.
Remind me, the ink patch was what you put in the forest on the clothes
For the
that...
shape shifter.
That probably were like a
yes.
shapeshifters that they'd left somewhere.
No.
Neat.
None of the people in this room that you look around and you're being kind of subtle about it, right? But there's none of the mark on the collar. Mm-mm.
Should we go talk to the friendly guy or should we let that be?
Do you want to sit on his lap?
I don't. But I think there's space at his table that isn't in his chair.
Sure. We can see, I guess.
Okay, I'll walk back over to the friendly guy's table and be like,
Oh, yeah.
is seat taken?
Oh, no! Welcome! You want to sit in a seat this time, not my seat?
Sorry, I'm just really tired. I just glazed over earlier.
No problem at all. Sit down.
Oh, we're doing the happy thing.
Well, I've been many places, and I find that optimism is not a bad thing. I've got some stories I can tell you if that'd cheer you up.
Is that what you do? You tell stories?
Well, I am a carnival ringmaster that has become separated from the carnival, so I got nothing to carnival except myself. I'm
Didn't
making
we
the best of
go
it.
past the carnival on the way in? Or something like that?
Oh yeah, we
Took us to a
passed-
carnival on the way in?
Is that a question for Debbie?
Yeah, that's a question for Debbie.
Yeah, you
I just
went
found it
past
my
it. There
notes.
was a-
We did, yeah.
There was a wagon.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but Gawaii and the cat is the cutest thing in the history of all cute things. I'm still always impressed that the cat can open the door. My dogs can't even go through a door when it's open sometimes.
Well, I think Kenneth has an excuse.
Mm.
and it's that he's Kenneth.
Yeah. Perfect baby boy.
Let's
never
go
done
with the
anything in his whole
blind
life.
thing.
Oh, yeah, also that, yeah.
What's your name, friend?
Oh, Rictavio, what's yours?
Mink.
We passed your wagon on the way in. What do you mean you're separated from it? Like it's just down the block?
No. I know whether. Okay. A carnival is not one man in a wagon, just so you know.
Oh. Okay. Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
You help with all the festivals that get put on here?
No, I've experienced some of the festivals. I've been here about a month. But I'm, here in Barovia, trying to make the best of it.
Where'd you come from? Before that.
Oh, I travel around a lot. I've been a lot of different places.
In Barovia?
Yeah, I've traveled around in Barovia a bit since I've been here, but I'm not originally from Barovia.
Is that how you lost the rest of your carnival? They're not in Barovia with you?
Yes.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes, thank you. How did you end up here?
We live here,
Took the road from Barovia, the village.
which we got to by way of Doom, because that's where we're from.
So you went from Doom to the village of Barovia and now back to Valakai. You heading back to Doom?
We're just doing a big loop. We're adventuring.
It's not really a loop. It's more like one way and then back again.
Yeah, well, that's because the roads are shitty in Barovia, because everything's shitty in Barovia.
Correct.
Depends on how you define a loop. Get the dictionary.
Over at the table, Diota's just like curled over their dictionary, like,
Mine.
No one take it from me.
Look, you guys are obviously, even if you're from Barovia, and I'm not entirely convinced that you all are, but look, you're obviously outsiders. Shut up. I feel morally obligated to warn you that Valakai is not a safe place. All right?
Oh.
You see the fake smiles on everybody's faces? They're not real. The Burgomaster is his reign is not a happy one. The festivals
I'm
take a
not
lot out of
sure.
the people.
Octavio, I'm not sure those are things you're allowed to say out loud.
Ah, yeah, but who's gonna fight me?
I don't know, like, the whole...
Do
Yeah, just...
you want to fight me?
No, I want you to just,
No.
like,
No,
mind your
I don't
own
wanna fight.
business. Pretend
We're
to be
hoping-
Barovian and mind your own business,
I'm
Octavio.
not
Stay safe.
Barovian though, and I don't want to be. I'm trying to keep you guys safe. Okay? Leave town as quickly as you can. Keep your heads down. If you've got
That's
somewhere
our-
else to
that's our
be,
plan.
some other adventure, get to.
Are you unable to leave? Like, you don't like it here, so why aren't you leaving?
To yet. I'm okay.
Insight check. With my
Assist.
my disadvantage, we're going to do really good here. Actually, with disadvantage, 15. Is
So
he-
the 15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's his, is this like, I'm fine, I don't want to leave yet, business real? Like, is he hiding something?
You feel like he doesn't want to leave yet because he hasn't got all of the information that he wants yet.
Hmm.
He feels like he's safe and secure enough, but he's warning you guys that you aren't. And he's not worried about himself.
If you're not worried, why do you think we're unsafe? Is there something about us that makes us unsafe?
I just think Valakai in general isn't safe, and it took me a while to kind of learn how to navigate all of the Valakai-ness. And I just don't think that you guys need to waste your time doing that. If you're not going to stay here for a long time like I have, just get out sooner rather than later. Save yourself the hassle.
Okay. What are you?
So what are
looking
you
for
doing in
here?
Barovia? What are you up to?
In
Jink?
Valakai?
We live here.
Yeah, this is where
Or
we
in
live.
Barovia in general? Like, what are you up to? You don't live in Valakai.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what we were doing in Barovia.
Oh. Yeah, sorry, you expect me to believe that a furbolg, elf, a
Walk into a
tiefling,
bar. Ouch.
yeah, and a whatever the other guy was, are native Barovians when most
We're from
Barovians,
Doom.
like 98% of Barovians are humanoid. Which
Have you been
means
to
if you're
Doom?
from Doom, you're not Barovian. You're either an adventurer that got stuck here, or you're the child of an adventurer that got stuck here.
Wow, that is wildly offensive. I was born here. I'm Barovian, and so are the rest of them. It doesn't matter if our parents were immigrants. What's wrong with you?
Deception check, please, Murray.
I was born here. Oh,
The others
so were
weren't,
the
though.
rest of them.
Jesus
Okay.
fucking Christ. Come on.
15.
You may be born here, but they weren't.
That's totally not true, and also not the point I was making. The point I was making is that you're being rude about immigrants.
I apologize, but they weren't born here.
What?
So what are you doing in Barovia?
Nothing.
Nothing? You just got stranded here and you're happy to...
Yep. Keep my
Live.
head down. Don't
Alright.
ask questions. Don't look at people.
Don't try and sit on an old man's knee.
Look, I'm really tired.
And Mink was trying to not look at people, so didn't see you.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I am very missable.
So do you do any like performances or anything with your carnival stuff? Like just by yourself? You said you're trying to make the best of it.
Oh, I'm mostly just a storyteller.
Okay. What stories do you got on tap?
Well,
You got anything about Argynvost?
oh, what do you want to know about Argynvost?
How did the final showdown between him and the devil go?
You're learning. Good job. You get in trouble for that in this town, and that's why you should get out of this town sooner rather than later, because you're not going to be able to manage that mouth of yours, Mink, I reckon. You're going to get yourself into trouble, I'm pretty sure.
Did Mink
Always.
say his name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they introduce themselves. Well, my understanding of it is from speaking to the people hereabouts. I haven't been to Argynvost Holt a great deal to explore. Doesn't seem like a good place with good vibes for me. There's not like a ton of business there that I can do. But there was a war, right, between Strahd and the Order of the Silver Dragon.
You can't say the name either.
Oh yeah. Between the devil and the Order of the Silver Dragon. Some of the devil's enemies worked with the Order of the Silver Dragon, and they proved more than a match for the devil's army. But their early victories didn't win the war, right? And even with Argynvost, it wasn't enough. The knights were slain, and the battle raged inside Argynvost Holt itself. And my understanding is that the devil himself killed the dragon, and Strahd had its corpse hacked to pieces, and he took the skull to Ravenloft as a trophy.
So that's somewhat different information than we got before, or is that the same information that we got before? I feel like, oh, maybe it's the wizard I'm thinking of. This wizard who,
Yeah, I think that's the same as what we heard before.
Clear. Okay, I'm trying to because okay, cool. So,
But yeah, we did also hear a story about a weird wizard
Mhm.
that is probably not the dragon.
Yeah, I'm probably not actually dead. Okay. That's more or less I think what I've heard about him before. Thank you. What about any stories you have about the wizard, another of the devil's great rivals?
Look, why don't you answer a question of mine, and then I'll tell you a little more
I
about
thought
the
you're a
wizard.
storyteller. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're trying
yeah.
to make you like happy so you can do the
I'm
thing you
already
enjoy.
happy. I've had a couple of pints of wine. Don't you worry about me.
All right. Well, what's your
Are drunk
question
and
for us?
happy the same?
Where are you off to after you leave Valakai?
I don't think we've decided quite yet.
Actually, that's true. There's like a lake that we might visit. We
Lake
were asked to
Harvard?
maybe,
To the north, yeah?
yeah, we were asked
Yeah.
to maybe drop in on a vineyard where people didn't make a delivery from. There's just a lot on our plates, and we have to
Yeah.
make a decision still.
That's the adventuring life, friends.
Sure is.
So tell us about wizards.
Wizards are a type
No,
of
the
magic
specific
user.
one that Mink was
Oh.
asking about.
I assume you're talking about the wizard who fought the devil like more than a year ago.
Oh, wait, Debbie, that's not that long ago. Did I hear anything about this when it happened?
Yes, there was an uprising in Barovia. It went badly. A bunch of Barovians and adventurers were killed. The wizard was defeated.
You have any stories about that? Just anything that was going on with that? Any great victories or defeats? Anything about his, or the wizard's, I should say, mysterious disappearance at the end of all of this?
Well, I don't know as much about that. This is a good question. This is something I can look into for sure. My understanding was that there was an uprising in Barovia slightly more than a year ago, and the final conflict of it, like with Argynvost, ended up in single combat between this wizard, more something, I don't know, and the devil, and it raged, from the valley to the mountaintop, and then the final blow was struck, and the wizard fell from the mountain, and he hasn't been seen since.
That's not really new information. I'm not sure you're also, your stories aren't very interesting.
Mari, let's just try, this is a friendly person having a friendly conversation with us. We don't have to ruin that.
We
I don't
didn't
know what you mean, Mink.
We didn't know the first syllable of the wizard's name before, did we?
No, that's new.
I don't think so. I'll have to look. Well, Rick Tavios, is there anything? Can I buy you a glass of wine for your stories? A normal thing to offer. What is the space?
sorry. I'm just thinking. Look. I'm just thinking.
Debbie or Rictavio?
Both. What brings you to Valakai? Are you doing a mission? Are you doing something that the devil wouldn't approve of?
Can I insight check?
Yeah.
We've met enough
Why?
spies that this doesn't feel... I'm going to also insight check.
13.
Here comes with disadvantage.
10.
Big 10.
Okay. Mink, your instinct is this guy is maybe a spy, I don't feel good. Marie, you feel like they aren't asking because they want to pass the information on. They're asking because they want to know whether they should give you some information. That's the vibe that you're getting, is they want to know if they can give you more information, because they've already given you a ton. They've been helpful.
Yeah, yeah, you could say that.
Okay. Why don't you, and all of you, as many of you as there are, whatever, if you would like to come to my room, we can have a private conversation when there aren't any prying ears, and I can give you some more information about Barovia and how what you're doing might be dangerous.
Look, I'm only 20 years old and I'm not really into the rest of the people, and you're really old for me.
Mari, that's not...
It's a conversation, young lady.
It's not what's happening here. This is not Barovian flirting, trust me.
No, Barovian flirting, there's a lot more winking.
Oh, okay.
It's not non-Barovian flirting either. Having done that a few times in my life, this is not it.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, we'll meet you in your bedroom.
I'm sorry that I don't have another secret room that we can meet in.
Where are you? Just upstairs here at the inn, or?
Yes, if you... Hang on, I'm having to close out tabs. If you go up the stairs at the back of the room, turn left, straight ahead, door at the end of the corridor. It's a small room, but that's my room. Bingo.
Right, we'll all cram in there. Okay, yeah.
Probably would try to collect Teddy.
Yeah, maybe a little later this evening after we've had him.
Teddy only has to read for an hour, right?
Yeah,
a
you
few
you
minutes
guys
to-
can go to bed and then hop around, no big deal.
Well, thanks, Rick. It's been nice getting to know
Rictavio,
you.
please don't shorten my
Oh.
name.
Rictavio.
Thank you.
Got it.
All right. Take care.
Yeah. There's well, see what Diota's up to, but
Yota,
Sorry,
what are you up
my
to?
my pump was yelling at me. I've just been watching and kind of keeping an eye on Irina, who is also at the table with me. So if I see them sort of standing up and looking like they're leaving, I'll probably go ahead and like motion to Irina for us to head out.
okay, so I guess we'll just convene upstairs, take our time to kind of settle a little bit, and then later tonight go talk to Rictavio.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Do we want to stop here before we have the conversation with Rictavio?
I would
Because that could
think
be a
so.
long one.
That could go fairly long, and I wouldn't want it to either rush or cut off in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Heather says no.
It's a cliffhanger. And do we track hours of reading for the Book of Exalted Deeds, or is it more like number of study sessions?
No, we should track. I need to double check how many hours it is that you'll need to do, but we should track.
So it sounds like tonight maybe 1 hour, because he'll get pulled into this Rictavio
Yarp.
interaction. Okay.
Radio? Thanks for watching, everybody.
Oh yes, hang on. Our next session I think is next week, right?
I think so, yeah. It's scheduled.
Yes.
But
it's,
after that, our normal
yeah.
alternate week's schedule is a bit messed up for a little while. So it will be best if you join the Discord, !Discord, to get the updates of when we're doing our next session and if anything changes.
yeah.
I
and
can't
also,
believe that. Mhm.
the little sprinkle spires coming back mid-March. So
It's
if you
exciting.
join the Discord,
Sizzle.
yeah, you'll get sizzle. That's it, not sprinkle.
I got you. I got you.
You'll get a little. There's an incoming little trailer snippet recorded by Tyler. So another sizzle for a sizzle, but that'll be coming up soon. So keep your eye on the Discord.
Awesome. Very good. Very good. I'm amazed that we managed to get Diotra out of the bookshop one, but also that you're all still alive. Like, I feel like you're really getting the knack of surviving in Barovia.
We didn't start any
Yeah.
fights at dinner.
0. Not even with each other.
Mari and Mink were downright nice to each other.
Yeah. Mink bought me a drink.
Horrendous. Yeah. All right.
Sorry.
Go like to try. I'm trying. Bye.
Bye, everyone.